They moved quickly to bring him into their fold, offering him a place at the prestigious Hale End Academy, the very institution that has polished so many gems for the club. The offer of a scholarship was a monumental moment for Ethan and his family. It was the formal recognition of a gift that had been obvious to those closest to him for years. Joining Hale End meant stepping into a world dedicated to excellence, a place where his natural abilities would be refined and his footballing education would begin in earnest. For a young boy from London who loved the club, it was a dream come true. This was the first major step on a path that seemed destined for greatness. The journey from a school playground to one of the world's most famous football academies had begun, all thanks to a head teacher's keen eye and a talent that was impossible to ignore.
Ethan's control, his vision, his composure under pressure, it was all there, plain to see. The decision was almost immediate. There was no need for lengthy trials or protracted deliberation. Arsenal knew they had found someone special.
Arsenal's scouting network is renowned for its ability to spot potential early, and when the call came, they listened. They sent a scout to watch this 8-year-old wonder. What the scout saw confirmed everything the head teacher had reported, and then some.
In the world of grassroots football, countless children show promise, but very few have that undeniable spark. I saw it instantly. I watched Ethan glide across the pitch, a small figure orchestrating the game around him. And I knew I was witnessing the start of a special journey. This wasn't just a gifted young player, this was a potential phenomenon. I felt a responsibility to ensure this raw talent was nurtured in the right environment. So I made a phone call, one that would change the course of Ethan's life forever. I called Arsenal.
Every great story has a beginning. For Ethan Nwaneri, that beginning can be traced back to the school playgrounds of North London. Long before the roar of the Emirates Stadium, his talent was a local secret, a whisper among those who saw him play. It was clear from a very young age that he possessed something different, a natural affinity for the football that set him apart from his peers. At just 8 years old, he was already playing with a maturity and understanding of the game that baffled onlookers. His feet seemed to have their own intelligence, dancing with the ball, maneuvering through crowded spaces with an ease that was simply extraordinary for a boy his age. He wasn't just playing, he was expressing himself. Once inside the elite environment of Hale End, Ethan Nwaneri did not just settle in, he thrived. The academy is designed to test young players, to push them to their limits, but for Ethan it was a natural habitat. He absorbed the coaching, embraced the philosophy, and immediately began to stand out. His technical skill was already at a high level, but it was his footballing intelligence that truly set him apart. He understood the game on a deeper level than his teammates. He saw passes that others didn't, he found space where there seemed to be none, and he played with a tempo and rhythm that dictated the flow of matches. He was a conductor in the making. The coaches at Arsenal quickly realized that keeping Ethan within his own age group would be a disservice to his development. To truly challenge him, they had to push him up. He was soon playing with boys who were older, bigger, and stronger. This is often the ultimate test for a young prodigy. Many falter when faced with the physical disparity, but Ethan adapted seamlessly. He learned to use his intellect to outsmart opponents, his quick feet to evade challenges, and his low center of gravity to maintain balance. Playing against older boys sharpened his senses and accelerated his growth, proving he had the mentality to match his immense talent. His ascent through the ranks was astonishingly rapid. While most players progress year by year, Ethan seemed to leap through the age groups. He was a constant topic of conversation among the academy staff, who marveled at his consistency and his unwavering desire to improve. Each step up was met with the same result. He would not only cope, but he would excel. He became the benchmark, the player that others were measured against. His performances were not just effective, they were often beautiful to watch, a blend of artistry and efficiency that left a lasting impression on everyone who saw him play. By his early teens, he was already being earmarked for the older youth teams. The pathway was being cleared for him. His first big test came when he was drafted into the under-16 squad. He made an immediate impact, his quality shining through even among the best players in his region. It wasn't long before he was knocking on the door of the under-18s, an incredible feat for a player so young. His journey through Hale End was a masterclass in development, a testament to both his own extraordinary ability and the club's faith in fast-tracking its most promising talents. He was not just a prospect, he was becoming a promise. Talent alone is never enough to reach the pinnacle of professional football. It must be paired with character, resilience, and an unshakable will to succeed. Ethan Nwaneri demonstrated these qualities in abundance. One particular match stands as a perfect example of his inner steel. The game was played in truly dreadful conditions, a cold, windswept day with rain lashing down, turning the pitch into a muddy battleground. These are the days when flair can be nullified, when the game becomes a test of grit and determination. For many young technical players, it is a nightmare scenario. For Ethan, it was just another opportunity to shine. While other players struggled to find their footing and control the heavy, slick ball, Ethan looked completely at ease. He adapted his game, showing a different side of his footballing personality. He was not just a fair-weather player. He rolled up his sleeves, embraced the physical challenge, and fought for every ball. His touch remained impeccable, his decision-making sharp. He displayed a maturity far beyond his years, understanding that in these conditions, simplicity was key. He kept the ball moving, protected it well, and refused to be intimidated by the weather or the aggressive nature of the opposition. His performance was a statement of his character. His impact was not limited to just his individual performance. He was a leader on the pitch, even when playing with older boys. He led by example, his composure and work rate inspiring his teammates to raise their own levels. In that difficult match, he was the calm in the storm, the player his team looked to for a moment of quality or a steadying influence. This ability to take responsibility in adverse situations is a rare quality, one that coaches prize above almost all others. It showed that he had the mental fortitude required to handle the pressures of the professional game, where every match presents its own unique challenges. This blend of supreme skill and unwavering character is what made his transition to the under-18s so seamless. He made his debut for the team as a schoolboy, yet he played with the authority of a seasoned regular. He scored on his debut, a sign of things to come. He wasn't just there to make up the numbers, he was there to make a difference. He quickly became a key player for the team, contributing goals and assists and dictating play from midfield. His performances were so consistently impressive that the whispers about him grew louder, reaching all the way to the first-team coaching staff. The record was a personal triumph, but it was also a victory for Arsenal's academy system. It was proof that Hale End was still producing players capable of reaching the very highest level. Ethan Nwaneri's debut was more than just a substitution. It was a landmark event that announced the arrival of a truly special talent.
For me, it was honestly surreal. It felt like all those years of hard work just, came together in that one moment. I went from the school playground to the Premier League in what felt like the blink of an eye.
In the aftermath, the football world buzzed with his name. Pundits, players and fans all marveled at the achievement.
History was being made right before their eyes, a sight no one present would ever forget. Ethan's brief cameo was tidy and professional. He didn't try to do anything spectacular, he simply did his job. He completed his passes, showed for the ball, and fit into the team's structure. The significance of the moment was not about a single wonder play, but about the monumental barrier he had just broken. He had shattered a record that had stood for nearly 60 years. In that moment, he ceased to be just an academy prospect. He became a history maker, a symbol of youth potential and the bold, forward-thinking vision of his manager and his club. The final whistle blew, confirming a win for Arsenal and a place in football folklore for their new young star.
As I stepped onto the pitch, I just tried to stay calm. I knew I was replacing Fabio Vieira, a full international, and stepping into the midfield of a team at the top of the league. The Brentford Community Stadium, it went really quiet for a moment. I could feel everyone watching.
As the game entered its final minutes, the fourth officials board went up, displaying the number 83. The player coming on was Ethan Nwaneri, aged just 15 years and 181 days. It was a moment that sent shockwaves through the footballing world. My decision to bring him on was a huge vote of confidence, but it was also a strategic move. It was a reward for his incredible progress and a message to every young player at Hale End that the pathway to the first team was real.
The date, September 18th, 2022, is now etched into the history books of both Arsenal Football Club and the Premier League. On that day, a 15-year-old schoolboy named Ethan Nwaneri became the youngest player to ever feature in the English top flight. The setting was a league match away at Brentford. Arsenal were comfortably winning, but the biggest story of the day was yet to unfold. He wasn't finished either. Later in the game, he scored again, sealing a memorable performance with a brace. It was a fairy tale ending to the season and a glimpse into a very exciting future. A night where an academy dream was fully realized in front of 60,000 adoring fans.
Scoring at the Emirates, honestly, it's a dream come true. I just wanted to soak it all in, and hearing the crowd was unbelievable.
What followed was the stuff of fantasy. Ethan didn't just play, he starred. He looked completely at home on the grand stage, demanding the ball and driving at the opposition defence. The magical moment arrived in the second half. A slick Arsenal move found its way to Ethan inside the box. With the coolness of a veteran striker, he took a touch and fired the ball into the net. The Emirates erupted. He had scored his first senior goal for the club he had been with since he was 8 years old. The pure, unadulterated joy on his face told the entire story.
I just wanted to enjoy it and play my game, you know? The fans were amazing, and I was so hungry to show what I could do.
While his Premier League debut was historic, every Arsenal player dreams of making their mark at the Emirates Stadium. For Ethan, that dream became a reality in a truly spectacular fashion. On the final day of the 2023-24 season against Everton, he was given his full home debut. The Emirates was buzzing, celebrating the end of a strong season, and the introduction of the local boy added an extra layer of excitement to the occasion.
Playing for England, it just means so much. You get to test yourself against the best, and every game is a chance to learn and get better. Scoring that goal against Croatia, I'll never forget it.
He showcased his versatility, his technical security, and his eye for a decisive pass, proving he was one of the brightest prospects in his age group, not just in England, but across Europe. His contributions were often pivotal. During the 2023 UEFA European Under-17 Championship, he was a standout performer for England. He scored a magnificent goal in the opening game against Croatia, a strike that highlighted his superb technique and composure in front of goal. As England progressed through the tournament, his influence grew. He was the creative hub of the team, the player who made things happen in the final third. These high-pressure tournament games were invaluable for his development, teaching him how to manage big moments and perform when the stakes were highest. His success with England further solidified his reputation as a player of immense potential.
Ethan Nwaneri's talent was not just confined to club football, it was recognised on the international stage as well. Representing England at youth level, he quickly established himself as a key player for the Young Lions. He carried the same confidence and quality that he showed in an Arsenal shirt onto the international scene. Playing against the best young players from other countries provided another vital learning experience, and Ethan rose to the occasion every time. Looking ahead, the possibilities seem limitless. Ethan Nwaneri has all the tools to become a central figure for both Arsenal and England. He possesses the technical skill, the footballing intelligence and the grounded character to navigate the pressures of modern football. His story is a beacon of positivity, a reminder of the joy and excitement that a homegrown talent can bring to a football club and its community. The Wonderkid from Hale End has already made history, but for Ethan Nwaneri, the best is surely yet to come. His journey is one that every Arsenal fan will watch with pride and anticipation.
His story is not just about talent, it is about the ecosystem of support and opportunity that allows a special player to flourish and reach their full potential.
He represents the future of Arsenal, a link between the club's rich history of youth development through Hale End and its ambitious, forward-looking vision under Mikel Arteta. He is a symbol of a new generation, a player around whom the club can build for years to come. His journey is a powerful testament to the importance of belief, the belief of his head teacher who made that first call, the belief of the Arsenal coaches who pushed him through the age groups, the belief of Mikel Arteta who trusted a 15-year-old on the Premier League stage, and most importantly, Ethan's own self-belief, which has allowed him to handle every challenge with a composure that belies his young age.
I just want to show kids that if you work hard and believe in yourself, you can achieve your dreams. Arsenal has always been my club, and I'm proud to represent everyone from Hale End.
For thousands of young fans, both in North London and around the world, Ethan is an inspiration. He is one of them. He is a local boy who grew up loving the club and has now made it to the first team. His story tells every child kicking a ball in a park that the path is there if they are good enough and dedicated enough.
As of today, June 12, 2025, Ethan Nwaneri's journey is still in its early chapters, yet his list of accomplishments is already remarkable. He is the Premier League's youngest ever player, a record that may stand for decades. He is a goal scorer for England at youth level and has now scored for the Arsenal first team, all before his 19th birthday. His statistics are impressive, but they only tell part of the story. What he truly represents is hope, potential, and the enduring power of a dream. He is living proof that with exceptional talent and relentless hard work, the seemingly impossible can become possible.